Okay. All right. So now we go to a recapitulation of what we did last time. And Akram Vignan, we had 10 sessions so far. And the last time we were on page 33. And we were talking about Darshan, Gnan, Tap, and Charitra. Page 33. So let me go there. Darshan, Gnan, Charitra, Darshan, Gnan, Tap, and Charitra. And we spent some time talking about Tap because it's a very important component in our Akram Vignan.
Vamos a ir a donde dejamos. Estuvimos viendo Darshan, Charitra y Tap y estuvimos hablando sobre Tap porque realmente esto es muy importante. We talk about Sak also. You said.
We talk about what?
I think yes. I think we did. We started page 30. No, Sayam. That finished. Was before. Yes. Maybe we start in page 37 last time.
Thank you, because I was looking at it here, Top.
Yes, in 36, we start in page 36 in Gujarati.
Yes.
For 37, yes.
Yes, thank you.
There we start.
Right, you're very correct. Yes, that's true. And then this next heading is that is the that pratyaksh, word pratyaksh comes in. A mokshnu pratyaksh karan. In other words, this tap, let me just write this down in the chat for you. And this is on page 36 in the middle. Page 36, and that is the direct cause for moksha. You see, moksha. If you want to know, pratyaksh means in front of my eyes. You see, so pratyaksh gnani means I am in front of the gnani. Pratyaksh Bhagwan Simandar Swami, that means now my eyes can directly see. There's nothing coming in between my eyes and the Lord. You see, that's called pratyaksh. You see, pratyaksh. So, and of course, all of you know that we use this word quite a bit in our Charan Vidhi. Pratyaksh Dada Bhagwani Sakshi means, your people will say, Dada knew that people will get confused down the line because he would not be there physically. And therefore he said, I sit inside you. I, Dada, sit inside you. And so whenever you want to see me, you just have to look, put your head down, and look at your heart area. And I'm there inside you, And that's how we say, Dada Bhagwan Nasim Jai Jaikar Ho. See, so pratyaksh means in front of me.
Este título, este encabezamiento es el Pratyakshta, quiere decir que es la causa directa para ir a Moksha. Pratyakshta es enfrente de mis ojos.
Pratyaksh. Pratyaksh. Yeah,
Pratyaksh Dada es Dadashri está enfrente de mis ojos y no hay absolutamente nada que interfiera. Y Dada decía que esto podía llegar a confundirnos, ¿no? Y él dice, Dada dice, estoy sentado dentro de ti. Cuando quieras verme, baja, inclina tu cabeza, mira el área de tu corazón y allí estaré. Y allí
Yes.
estoy.
Yes, yes. So the questioner is asking, sometimes it happens, Dada, and tell me if we have covered this, please, okay? The questioner is asking, Dada, sometimes it happens that if somebody says something insulting to me, then at that time, I get a little bit of transient inner suffocation. Did we cover that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So go ahead and share that.
Yes.
I just need to get something. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Acá hay una pregunta que le hacen a Dada y dice, la pregunta es, a veces sucede eso. Si alguien viene y dice algo que es insultante, por dentro siento cierta sofocación y incomodidad.
There are two words. There are two. One is called suffocation, and the other one is burning. These are two things that happen. Suffocation, like you can't really, all of a sudden, as if the air is being blocked, just transient suffocation, just.
Sorry, Shuddha. Patri, esto sí ya lo vimos. La vez pasada terminamos en la 38, ya hablamos de quemar y sofocar.
Sí, pero no me acuerdo de esta pregunta yo en especial.
Bueno, que siga. Bien.
Sí.
So it's suffocation versus burning, okay? No. So, it's very simple. Sometimes somebody says something to you out of the blue, you're not expecting that to happen. And temporarily, it just kind of takes you back a little bit inside. You might not even know what to do. You may not react against that person, but your beautiful flow is blocked a little bit, you see.
Acá dice Dada que hay dos palabras. Una es sofocación y la otra es quemarse, ¿no? Es un versus, asfixia versus quemadura. Entonces, la sofocación es, por ejemplo, viene alguien y te dice algo y es como que produce una falta de aire momentáneo, algo que interrumpe tu hermoso fluir.
Now, the simple difference between suffocation and burning is that suffocation is what happens to after Gnani, you see, to Mahatmas. But people outside would get burnt up, they will burn, they will say, what the hell? Why? What have I done? You see, or, they might even get back at that person. But Mahatmas, they just kind of feel a little blocked from inside, you see. So that's what the questioner is saying to Dada, and Dada replies. Dadashri replies now. Dadashri says, if that happens, it is very, very good. If that happens, it's very good. You see, that is called tap. That inner block you get. Life is going very smoothly for you, and certainly some event happens, whether it is externally generated by other people or some news happens to you, something happens internally to your body or whatever, that kind of takes you back inside, you see, a little bit. Life was beautiful, but this one just kind of suffocates you a little bit, huh?
Yes. La diferencia, hay una diferencia en sofocación versus quemar, y es para los Mahatmas, es que después del Gnani lo que sentimos es la sofocación, sino las personas que no tomaron el Gnani, los que no son Mahatmas, cuando les sucede algo, van a decir, bueno, ¿por qué me pasó esto? ¿Por qué como que contestarán, responderán a la situación. Los Mahatmas, sin embargo, lo que van a sentir es un pequeño bloqueo interno, ¿no? Por ahí la vida está sucediendo de una forma suave y sucede algo en el exterior que tenemos como un bloqueo interior. Entonces, eso es como que te lleva para adentro, pero dice que está bien, Dada, dice, está bien que suceda esto.
And Dadashri says, this is called internal tap, antarik tap or internal tap. And because we all have Gnan, because you all have Gnan, Kashai will not happen. Not only that, Kashai will not happen, but you have to heat up. There's a new sentence. You have to heat up. Dada says tapavu, 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 tapavu. Tap means internal penance, and tap, okay? You have to heat up. Tapa, tapavu means you all first we have to understand this tap, right? We have to understand this opportunity that has arisen for heat tap. You say this penance. Now, the opportunity has just come. Somebody says, Damian, stupido, Fabi, get out from here, all right? At that time, you just got the opportunity for tap. Tap means let it heat. You got the hot plate inside. All of us have the hot plate, the electric hot plate. Remember, somebody turns on the switch, and it starts heating, it starts heating, it starts heating. So,
yes. Dada dice, ¿no? que hay un tap interno, que esto viene con el NAN, no sucederán los kashais. Puede haber un calentamiento interior, recuerdan lo del plato caliente, pero no sucederán los kashais. Tú tienes que el tapabú, que es la oportunidad para hacer esta penitencia interna, dejarlo que esto se caliente. Y Dada habla de stup, ¿no? Y por ejemplo vienen y dicen Damián estúpido, le dicen a Damián estúpido, un insulto a Fabián o a Damián, y esta es la oportunidad para que puedan hacer la penitencia interior y dejar que suceda, que se caliente el plato, recordar que se calienta el plato.
Yeah. Now there's another definition of internal tap. And thank you, my dear Marcella, for typing this. you know, that internal heating is such that the other person does not know about it. The other person is not brought in Tapa. In other words, the kashais do not happen to the other person. This is so absolutely critical. It goes inside, but you know, it does not, your becoming hot inside does not burn the other person. You see, you just let the, and there are infinite energies of the ama, of the self. In the infinite energy of the self, my friends, unbelievable amount of internal heat can be generated without showing it outside, you see.
El tap interno, este calentamiento que sucede adentro de los Mahatmas no le llega a la otra persona. Es lo que lo que sucede dentro no quema a la otra persona, y cuando no quemamos a la otra persona, o la otra persona ni siquiera se da cuenta de lo que está pasando dentro nuestro, esto genera infinitas cantidades de energías, infinitas energías del ser.
Whereas when this happens to other people, you see, when tap happens, when any difficult times, tap means adverse circumstance, news. In other words, now something that so far life was good for you, all of a sudden there is some news that is tough for you to handle, or an event that is tough for you to handle. Oh, you know, say electricity goes away, and you know, you were planning to do a lot of things during the night, you know, electricity is gone away now, you know, and you know, next morning they tell you, oh no, it's going to take 3 or 4 days more before it comes back. So now that's your penance, you see. Whereas the other people of the world, other people of the world, especially when they can't find anybody else to blame, they will throw it back on somebody else outside. They will make such a noise, they will shout, they will scream, they will complain, they will, you know, run around and this and that, tell others about it. You know, all of this means the tap has spilled, you know, the heat has gone everywhere. And that is what's happening with the other world, you know, outside.
Yes. Cuando podemos ver a TAPE como circunstancias adversas. Entonces, cuando puedes manejar estas circunstancias adversas, por ejemplo, se corta la electricidad y te dicen que esto va a estar durando 3 o 4 días, ese es el momento de nuestra penitencia. Otras personas van a salir a culpar, gritar y quejarse, y con cuando esto sucede estamos quemando al resto de las personas, ¿no? Como quemar al resto del mundo.
Yes, but for us all, Mahatmas, my dear friends, the heat continues, the heating continues inside, you see. It continues inside. The heart, the other says the heart becomes red, 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 red. It just, the heart becomes red, 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 exact words of Dada, you see. You know, sometimes it may be so intense, you see.
Dadashri dice que para los Mahatmas el calentamiento sigue, por supuesto, y que el corazón se vuelve rojo, 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 intenso.
And at that time, you have to, what happens to you? You say you are in this internal penance. At that time, what happens to you and I? We have to, you have to, there is a new word. You have to tap vedvano. You have to, initially you have to kind of take up the heat. Yeah. But later on, when you rise very high in your state of the self, you don't have to suffer it as much. You see, that's what Dada is saying. So,
Yes. Los Mahatmas, para los Mahatmas, el calentamiento sigue, se vuelve rojo, rojo intenso. ¿Y qué pasa con los Mahatmas? Tenemos que tomar el calor, pero cuando estás elevado en tu ser, no tienes que sufrirlo.
yeah. There are 4 words: Veda, or Vedas. Vedas are the most ancient scriptures of the in Hinduism in India. You see,
Yes.
they're even more ancient than Upanishads. You see.
Las Vedas son antiguas escrituras que hay en India y son inclusive más antiguas que los Upanishads.
Yeah. Right, and then Veda, it's kind of very interesting. Veda means to know. It's the ultimate meaning of Veda. Veda is to know. Veda Vu means to suffer. You see, so do you see? There we now come into this world of the enlightened ones. Ved means to know, and Vedavu is to suffer, and Vedan is the process of pain. Okay. Now the process of pain is called Vedan. The pain signals are coming. Somebody insults you horribly, that is verbal pain. There's pain going on inside your body, that is physical pain. And you are seriously depressed, that is mental pain, right? So these are the 3 kinds of pain that human beings are subject to in this world, you see.
Yes. Hay 3 palabras acá. Una es Veda. Veda también quiere decir saber. Vedavu es sufrir. Esto es en el mundo de los iluminados. Y después Vedan es el proceso del dolor. Entonces, por ejemplo, vienen señales a ti, por ejemplo, a través de las palabras que producen un dolor físico, también pueden producir un dolor mental. Sí, y nada más.
So now, and then that is where the Vedaniya comes in. We have a whole long chapter on the Vedaniya karma. Vedaniya karma means it's a karma of pain and pleasure. Shata Vedaniya is pleasure. Nice, beautiful, cool air comes to you when you are very hot, your body is very hot, or vice versa. You say, you're in chilling cold and somebody gives you a warm blanket, and that is Shata Vedaniya, Ashata Vedaniya, pain or pleasure bearing karma. Karma is something that you and I have found in the past life. So, this body will go through those events of pain and pleasure and pain and pleasure, you see. So that also is It's a big chapter, it's one of the Vedaniya karma, It is one of those that has to be suffered. There is no, you cannot remove it with your knowledge. It's just there. It's just there, you see.
Después está la palabra Vedaniya, karma, ¿no? Y es Shatra, Vedaniya, es placer, ¿no? Como
Yes.
que está relacionado con el placer. Y después Ashata karma, que es dolor y placer. Y esto debe ser sufrido, está ahí para ser sufrido.
Yes. Shata Vedaniya, Shata Vedaniya. It is one of the four visible discharging karmas that have to be suffered. The shape of our body, the name, Nam Roop Karma, means name and form karma, name and form karma. If your name is Harman, and then Harman, the body of Harman is a karma, you see, karma effect. And if somebody says Harman is a very wonderful gentleman, good man, then it produces shata, pleasure. Somebody says Harman is no good, then upon hearing it, there is ashata or pain, you see. Yeah. Shata, ashata. Karma, pain, nam, roop karma, name, form karma. The third one is Lok Pujya, Lok Nindya. In other words, high status, low status. People worship you or people slander you. You see, today they are worshiping you. They say, wow, he's so good, so good. El Presidente, this is the man. And then time comes when they will, break his statues and throw him in jail, etc. Ashad, that is called Lok Pujya, Lok Nindya. People praise and people slander karma. Slander in the eyes of people, other people. Sorry, I'm speaking so long. Okay, go on.
Yes. Shata ashata. Y esto tiene que ver con las formas visibles del karma. Por ejemplo, el nombre y la forma del cuerpo. Entonces, por ejemplo, Germán es tu nombre y Germán tiene su cuerpo. Y puede ver, el Shata Karma es cuando dicen Germán es bueno, es un caballero, y todas cosas así. Y Ashata es cuando las personas dicen que no es bueno. Después está el tercero que tiene que ver con el estatus, donde en el estatus, el lugar que ocupas a los ojos de las otras personas.
So Nam Roop Karma, the name form karma, then Shata Ashata, pain karma, painful karma or pleasant, pleasant to the body, that kind of karma. The third one is Lok Pujya, Lok Nindya. That means either people praise you, they talk nice about you, good about, or they say, forget him, he's bad. And the fourth one is Ayushya karma. Ayushya means lifespan, that is fixed. You see, if you're going to live 85 years, that's it. No matter what you do, you cannot change it. Ayushya karma. Someone dies at the age of 22, that's how it is, you see. Lifespan karma. So these are visible karmas. They are visible to others. These four. And they are part of dravya karma or effect karma. You see? They are part of the effect that they're part of the discharging karma, or dravya means discharge, effect, you see.
Bueno, estos cuatro, el cuarto es el tiempo de vida que tenemos cada uno. Hay gente que muere a los 22 años, hay gente que vive largo tiempo, mucho más, haga lo que haga, eso es el tiempo de vida, y haga lo que haga, va a vivir el tiempo que tenga que vivir. Estos cuatro tipos de karma, son los karmas visibles, y es el dravya karma o el efecto del karma.
So now,
Karma de efecto. Sorry.
You see, so this Vedavo, Vedaniya, Vedan, these are all very beautiful terms for the one who has separated from karma complex. This is karma complex. This that we see in front of us on the screen, on this screen of satsang, that is karma effect of everyone. I see Damian, I see Patricia, Pavi, you see. I see all of you, this karma complex effect that is of these four things, you see, that are visible, the name, the face, the features of the face is everybody's is different. The pain part, Vedaniya, that is a little, it becomes visible for most people because if he's uncomfortable, he will be moving around, squirming around. If he can change the temperature, he will change it, you see, or he will wear a jacket, things like that. So, that's the pain part. The name, all of this, people know whether you are doing good in this world, you're good in the society or not so good in the society. And the lifespan, everybody can see now, is coming to the end now, you see. So this is visible effects, you see. And Dada now goes back to the Vedan of the Tap, Vedaniya of the Tap, you see.
Yes. Acá dice que estas palabras, ¿no? Vedaniya, Vedan, Vedavu, todas tienen que ver con el karma de efecto, y que se puede ver Shuddha, el efecto del karma complex, que son visibles, la cara, la parte dolorosa de una persona, si por ahí está acá y está inquieto, si no se siente a gusto, o si tiene frío o calor, se abriga. Tiene que ver con el nombre, si está en un buen lugar social, y el tiempo de vida que tiene. Todo eso es visible. Y esto, Vedaniya, es parte del TP.
Okay, so now Veda, as you know, is knowledge, you see, Ved, to know. And Veda, over down below, so this is knowledge. Look at my hands. This is knowledge, okay? This is knowledge. And down below is the stuff that is happening, whatever is happening, you see, in the body. And so in between now, there is, say the body is heating up, right? Inside it's heating up. In between now is this process of either pure seeing, you're only purely seeing it, or you say, oh man, I can't bear it. This is tough. He did it. I mean, the world saw it. Why should I shut up? Why should I not say anything, etc., right? Or you can suffer with knowledge of the self. That is so beautiful. That's Lord Buddha. That's Lord Mahavir. That's Lord Jesus. You see, that is our Gnani Purush Dadashri. This is suffer. That is our Niruma. Suffer with knowledge. and bless the other one, and bless the other one. You know, this is absolutely, this is the direct cause, is the pratyaksh cause of moksha. This will give you so much energy, it will lift you up and up and up.
Veda es conocimiento, ¿no? Y Shuddha dice que le miren las manos, ¿no? Ese conocimiento, el conocimiento. Y lo que sea que suceda en el cuerpo, en el medio hora podemos ver que se calienta y estamos en un proceso, que podemos salir y quejarnos y culpar a las personas y hacer lo que fuere, o podemos observar, estar así separados y observar y conocer, poder ver que este es el sufrimiento, pero lo podemos ver con el conocimiento del ser, como fue Buda, Lord Mahavir, Jesús, y Dada dice que el Gnani Purush Dadashri y Niruma, que mientras que todo esto esté sucediendo, que bendigas al otro, que lo bendiga, que le des dicha. Esta es la causa directa a moksha, lo cual te da energías infinitas.
Yeah, some of you may have read the epic of India called Ramayana, Ramayana, Ram, and the story of Lord Ram. Every Indian knows it by heart because they learn it in school, they study it, and even the older people, mature people, study the very subtle details inside. And the story is that he was about to be coronated in the next day. And tomorrow, say he was being coronated, given the throne of the kingdom. And the night before, the king, his father, who had 3 other wives, so there were 4, he had 4 wives. One of the wives was very beautiful and was the king's favorite, but not the mother of Lord Ram, you see. Ram was the rightful heir to the throne because he was the oldest of the sons, you see. Go on.
Dice que hay sigue, conoceremos la épica de Lord Raman. Dice, y esto se estudia en los colegios y también la gente adulta profundiza en este conocimiento. Y dicen que el día anterior en que lo iban a coronar rey a Raman, su padre, que tenía una de sus esposas que era la favorita, pero no era la madre de Ramayana. And then continue you.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah. And so this woman, the younger queen, in the night with the king, put up what we call, all of you are familiar with the word tragu, like intense, willful behavior, and extracted a promise from the king. You see, she kind of became very willful, extreme willful. She did all kinds of drama in the night, and she told the king to banish Ram, the young Ram, and his newly married wife, Sita, to the forest for 14 years. He cannot return, you see. And the king cried and cried, but because he had given her the promise, he followed through on the promise the next day. So the next day the king told his son, whom he loved a lot, he says, you will have to go, you see. And the Lord Ram immediately touched the feet of his father and just took off with his wife into the jungles, you see. with Sita. And the queen who had started all of these things, she says not only he has to be thrown away, but her son, her son Bharat should be installed as the king, you see. So that, here is the beautiful part. When Bharat came to know about this, he loved Ram so much. The young man, the other brother, when he came to know about this, he immediately he went up to the border of the kingdom with the Lord, with Ram. And then Ram also gave up his footwear, the footwear made of wood, he has to leave it, and he walks barefoot into the jungle. And so he took the footwear of the Lord and he put it on his hands, put them on his head, and he walked back to the kingdom. And when he was told that this is your throne, he put the footwear of the Lord there. He says, of Lord Ram, he says, this is my brother's until it returns. That is how I will govern this kingdom with the awareness that he is the one who is sitting on the throne.
Bueno, la noche anterior a que Ram fuera coronado, la esposa preferida del rey le hizo un drama total al rey y le pidió que le dijera a su hijo que se fuera a la selva por 14 años, su hijo con su esposa Sita. El rey lloró mucho y después le dijo a su hijo que se fuera. Y Lord Ram se inclinó, tocó los pies del padre y se fue con su esposa Sita a la selva. Y también le dijo esta esposa que su hijo tenía que ser rey. Su hijo se llamaba Bharat, tenía un profundo amor por Ram. Y cuando él se enteró de todo esto, se fue a la selva a buscar a Ram y encontró las huellas de Ram puestas en madera y se las colocó en la cabeza y se fue, volvió al reino, las puso estas huellas en el trono y dijo, este es tu trono y este es tu reino, y yo gobernaré el reino con el conocimiento de que tú eres el rey hasta que vuelvas.
It's a very beautiful story. It's not only just from the point of view of, it's a kind of an great legacies of a country, phenomenal legacies of a country, ancient country. India is a very, very ancient country. And the legacies of these ancient countries are based on these kinds of stories that have got deep hidden messages inside about soul and suffering and tolerance, you see, and Agnas following, the Lord Ram followed the instructions or the Agnas of his father, you see. So all of this, these are there, and it's available for people who want to read it and study it. It's available in all the languages of the world, Ramayana. So anyway, coming back.
Let me translate this, please. Esta es una bellísima historia, es un hermosísimo legado de la antigua India. Y India está basado en esta clase de historias que llevan grandes mensajes de tolerancia, de valores y de las agnas de de los lores y está disponible para todo el mundo. Y sí, eso. Okay.
You see, yeah, so it has, it's all sorts of stories, all sorts of, how do human beings, because, you can study, unless you're spiritually so elevated that, you get it just right, just like that when you hear a spiritual message, or you weave it in daily life of human beings to make a story that appeals to you and your heart. You say, wow, this is so beautiful. You see what I mean? So either way, the ultimate effect is for you to rise higher from these daily activities of eat, sleep, drink, fight, etc. So it kind of lifts you up from your daily mundane life, you see.
Hay toda clase de historias que podemos leer, que incluso podemos escuchar o escribir. Y estas historias son para elevarnos espiritualmente, para salir de solo comer, dormir, trabajar, pelear, ¿no? Historias que elevan el espíritu.
This is called, these are examples of extremely still and strong human beings, you see. They show us to what height it is possible to heat up internally, to the capacity to contain the heat that is generated inside without showing even a bit of it outside, you see, without showing a bit of it outside.
Yes. Esto es un maravilloso ejemplo de lo del estar equilibrado, de la fuerza, del equilibrio, de la fortaleza, que muestra la capacidad de poder contener el calor dentro sin mostrar afuera absolutamente nada.
And Dada finally says, the heart becomes red. These are the exact words of Dada. He didn't stop by saying the heart becomes red. He says red. He's talking from personal experience, you see, before his 1958 period, Dada, our Dada.
Yes. Dada, las palabras exactas de Dada son: el corazón se vuelve rojo. Él está hablando de sus experiencias personal antes de 1900, anteriores a 1958.
Yes, so this is the inner penance, my friends. The human capacities, the capacities of human beings in 2023 is zero with reference to inner penance. They run from it, and the slightest bad news, and they just get so upset. They just complain. They worry. They can. This inner penance is the exact, Dada stress, is the exact direct living cause of moksha, is the cause of moksha. Because if you or I, any one of us have been through some very difficult times in life, and all of us have been through such difficult times, you see. We have been through such difficult times. Everyone in our own way. You realize that most of it was happening inside, there was not much you could do about it, Yet, those were some of the most beautiful moments of your life, if you really look back. It made you a real person. It made you it may use something. And Anila will attest to it. Fabi will attest to it. Harman will attest to it. You see, this is life. In life, this is what strong strength is all about, you see, inner tapa.
Todos pasamos tiempos difíciles y nos damos cuenta que la mayoría de ellos pasaban por dentro. Y es personal, ¿no? Esto, lo que pasamos en la vida. A cada uno le pasa diferente, pero todos hemos pasado por estas situaciones. Y esto es nuestra penitencia interna, sí, invisible, nuestra penitencia invisible.
So the questioner now says, yes, Dada, that is exactly what happens now for me. And Dadashri says, yes, that's good. That is correct. Yes, that is correct. Okay. And that is the end of the heading. The heading is, that is the direct, visible cause of moksha. Direct, visible cause of moksha is this. The visible means visible to you inside, not for others. Not for others. You see, another example, a father who is on a limited salary with 4 children, 4 children, wife only keeps the home. And he works very hard, but he has got a limited fixed salary, you see. And the demands of the family are growing with reference to money. The father and the mother automatically go into silent inner tapa, and make sure that the children do not know that life is tough for them,
Le preguntan a Dada, la pregunta es, le dice, sí, Dada, esto es lo que me pasa a mí. Y Dada le dice, sí, es correcto. Esta es la directa, visible causa para moksha. Y visible quiere decir no que los demás lo vean, sino es visible para nosotros internamente. Y da un ejemplo de un padre que tiene ingresos limitados, a pesar de que trabaja mucho, para sostener a su familia. Y los hijos por ahí exigen o demandan o necesitan algunas cosas con el dinero y hacen referencia al dinero. Y el padre y la madre se llaman a silencio y hablan en silencio, hablan sin que su familia se entere. No les llevan los problemas a los chicos. Esto es algo de ellos.
Another major example in our histories of the Americas, North and South, is the history of slavery, you see. And now if we place ourselves on their side, you can imagine what those human beings have gone through, you see, in life, you see, and how they have been treated, you see. The ability to see life in a broader spectrum is very, very critical, you see. Not to see it the way that is comfortable for you, but to see it as it happened, you see.
Yes. Otro ejemplo también es el de América, tanto América del Norte como América del Sur, el tema de la esclavitud. Imagínense viéndolo desde el lado de la esclavitud, lo que deben de haber sufrido. Y algo que es importante es poder ver, tener la habilidad de poder ver el espectro de lo que les sucede a los demás.
Yes. Okay. So the next heading. By the way, this is a good time to kind of pause a little bit and see if anybody wants to share anything about their own. I knew this was going to happen, but anyway, wants to kind of mention anything about Tapa, like internal Tapa, or moments in the past, or the reason I kind of smile is because the moment you say it, it no longer becomes internal. You have made it external, right? You have shared it.
Ahora vamos a ir a un recreo y vamos a continuar con esto y vamos a ver partes de la historia y dijo Nerón, ¿no? Y dice que inmediatamente cuando salió esa palabra, el tap se vuelve externo porque surge la sonrisa, ¿no? Se ve la sonrisa.
Yeah, but even so, if you want to just talk about tap in general, this is the time now. Just want to share anything or say anything. It's this is a very big chapter and a very big step in our liberation. You see, but
este es el momento para hacer las preguntas porque este es un gran capítulo, es un gran tema muy profundo de compartir el tap de lo histórico o de lo personal. Y vamos a ir a un recreo, 10 minutes break, Shuddha, or we'll
okay,
continue
all
now?
right. Well, since I was so
5
late.
minutes.
Okay, we'll make it 5 minutes because I already taken up your time. So, okay, so we'll take 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Vamos a tomar un recreo, pero de 5 minutos. Y volvemos. Thank you, Shuddha.
Sorry about the short break too, okay? All right, bye.
Y dice, perdón por el recreo corto también.
A quick
Perfect.
mate.
Sí, Santitana. Qué lindo.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yes, of course.
So then the next heading on page 32 is at the time
32
of
page, sorry, page 32.
37.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. The next heading is at the time of Vedaniya. Sorry, I need to write this down. At the time of Vedaniya. Vedaniya means and that which generates suffering. So what happens when at the time of Vedaniya, every human being likes his sense of comfort, you see. Every human being has adjusted in life depending on what he, according to his needs, and he has adjusted, and then he goes to sleep, he's comfortable in his environment. Anything that disturbs it is going to generate pain, you see. And so the heading is at the time of Vedaniya. This is the heading. Okay, so.
Yes. Este encabezamiento está en la página 37 y es el tiempo de la Vedanía. Vedanía es lo que genera sufrimiento. Entonces, ¿qué sucede con las personas? En general se ajustan a sus necesidades y después se van a dormir. Y cualquier cosa que surja que desacomode estas necesidades, este lugar de confort, genera sufrimiento.
So now he describes all forms of. The questioner says, questioner says some people suffer from diseases of the body, problems of the body, all kinds of pains, ashata vedaniya, all kinds of burning, deep agony, something, some very painful event, or sometimes a very bad migraine headache, pain in the back, you see, pain in the body. At that time, when all of these things are happening to the body, at that time, there is conflict in the mind. The mind cannot remain calm. So that at that time, what should I do, Dada?
Yes. Acá le preguntan, dice, bueno, cuando Dada describe que hay enfermedades del cuerpo, ¿no? Que Ayata Vedaniya, son dolores de cabeza, de espalda, lo que sea que le suceda al cuerpo, mientras que estas molestias o enfermedades estén en el cuerpo, lo que sucede es que se genera conflictos en la mente. Entonces le pregunta a Dada, ¿qué hago cuando estos dolores en el cuerpo causan conflictos en mi mente, en la mente?
So Dadashri says, at that time, at that location, there's a location, right? At that location, you have now arrived at a location in life, where this is happening to you, you see. It's not happening to you, it's happening to the body, but let's just kind of, for all practical purposes, say it's happening to you. Now, and that location, at that time, do Tapa, continue to see this Vedana, this pain signals, whether the pain signals are coming from the body or how much of it is in the mind, what has the mind got to do with the body, etc. See?
Yes. Dada dice, en ese momento o en esa locación en la vida donde esto sucede, que en realidad no te sucede a ti, le está sucediendo al cuerpo, haz tape, ve Vedaniya, estas señales que son del cuerpo y de la mente, ¿no? Y que tienen que ver una con otra.
If that Vedana, if that pain signal, you see, it's really a pain signal. Imagine you're sitting nicely, comfortably here in your chair, and all of a sudden there is a little pain somewhere in the back. The first response is that you know it's happening, it's there, and you can see it. Not with these eyes, but you can see inside. That's right there, it's there, it's right there, it's here, it's here, it's here. You can see it. And Dadashri says, it may become red, it may become horrible. But even then, continue to see it and say, wow, you say and see it, wow, it is becoming that, right? Say it inside, just kind of be surprised. Oh, it's becoming. And so because the chit is going there, even though you're paying attention to the satsang, the chit keeps going there. The chit, you might even make some noises, but but you can see it. Initially, the chit goes there because the chit goes to where it is necessary naturally. You see, our chit is designed to go where it is necessary. And it also goes to where it is not necessary. But right now, let's just talk about it. It will go to where the pain is. If the pain is in the back, lower back, it will go. If the pain is in the neck, it will go there, It will go there. Once it goes there, it goes there instantly. So you can see it's not perfect there. It's still there. See? It's but as you keep on seeing it, the surrounding muscles, the other muscles adjust, you see, and by allowing to yourself to see it, most of the milder pains will go away, you see.
Yes. Ver Vedania, ¿no? Que es la señal del dolor. Por ejemplo, a la noche cuando te vas a acostar te das cuenta que te duele la espalda, sabes que te duele la espalda. Entonces ves dentro de tu cuerpo que está allí, lo puedes ver. Y puede volverse horrible, pero continuamos viendo. Y el chit incluso va allí. Y el chit lo puede ver. El chit está diseñado para ir instantáneamente a donde es necesario. También puede ir a donde no es necesario, pero ahora vamos a hablar de que sí es necesario. Entonces podemos en ver que podemos relajarnos y ver que los músculos también se van ajustando, se van relajando y la mente se va relajando también.
And that internal penance is what the Lord referred to. That's what Lord Mahavir refers to as Tapa. That internal penance, that internal seeing of the reddening of the pain may become slowly worse, you see. And you can see that. Whereas the external Tapa is external that internal tap is what the Lord refers to as tap, as penance. The Lord does not call any external penance as tap, you see, like lying down on a bed of nails, or, just walking around without any clothes, like the people, like the ascetics do on the banks of river Ganges,
Lord Mahavir dice que la penitencia interna, que ver el sufrimiento, poder ver el sufrimiento es la penitencia interior. Y habla de stap, que es el tape. Pero esto es interno, no se trata de hacer como hacían los ascetas, de pedir comida, no tener comida, andar desnudos por la calle o por la vida. Esto es visible, no se refiere a eso, se refiere a lo interno.
Yeah, external tap means other people can see that you are in penance, you see, that other people can see that you are in penance, you see. I mean, you're exhibiting your tap, in other words, you're showing other people, see how you have given up all the comforts of life. That is called external tap, right? Somebody offers you a blanket in cold winter and, you say, no, take it away. I don't need it, And that, now,
Yes.
you see, that's different. That external tap is not to be rejected. A Dada doesn't reject it and say it's bad. Dadashri says only it will give you material benefits in life. It will bind punya karma, good karma, merit karma. You see, when the other person is hungry and you too are hungry, but you give your food to him. He says, no, you have you tell the other person, now here, you have a square meal, you, come on, you eat it, I'm fine, and so you go hungry yourself. Now that kind of tap, it's a kind of a penance, right? You need it too, you're hungry too, but you're giving your food to the other person. That will bring, it binds good karma, punya, so that you'll have plenty of physical comforts in the next life, but it will not liberate you. It will not liberate you. You'll have to come back again to enjoy all of that good karma effects, you see.
El tap, la penitencia externa, la que es visible, que otros pueden ver, es como que estás exhibiendo tu penitencia, ¿no? Y que renuncias a las cosas de la vida. Por ejemplo, estás en pleno invierno, hace un frío total y alguien te ofrece una manta y tú dices, no quiero. Esto es diferente. Dada dice, no lo rechaces, porque esto también trae karma meritorio, un buen karma. Pero, o alguien tiene hambre y tú compartes tu comida y te vas con hambre, pero en silencio. Pero todo esto trae, lo que genera es karma meritorio, pero no te libera. Vas a tener que volver para disfrutar de estos placeres o abundancia de comida.
Yeah. A while ago I gave an example of the two parents with the 4 children, father and mother. They remain hungry because there is not enough food to share, so they give their portion of the food to the children, Now, that kind of penance is visible, and it binds good karma for next life, because you're doing it for the little ones, you see.
Volvemos al ejemplo del padre y la madre que tienen 4 hijos y ellos no comen para darles de comer a sus hijos. Esa es una penitencia, es visible, y va a traer buen karma para la próxima vida.
So, but Dadashri says it's only the internal penance that is going to liberate you. And therefore, when the internal opportunity for internal penance arises, then you have to heat up. You see, you have to remain in that penance. Don't run away from that penance. You have to be there. And to be there means to see it. To see this is happening to Damian, to Fabi, to Gabi, to Carlos, that it's happening. See that until it becomes red, 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 red. And then it starts becoming orange. Slowly it becomes brown and then dark brown, and then it goes away, you see. See it. See it.
Dada dice que solo la penitencia interna es la que te libera. Las penitencias internas te liberan y ve cuando está, que mires, que no huyas, ver lo que le pasa a Damián, a Carlos, a todos, ver eso, que se pone el corazón rojo, 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 y después se va transformando en naranja, en marrón oscuro, y después se va ese calor, se libera.
Tengo una preguntita corta.
Yes, Fabi.
I have a short question. Even though no one knows that I am hungry and I give the food to my kids, for example, it is also external tap? If I eat just a little and no one knows that I am starving, it is external also?
No, it is internal for you, a Mahatma, but it is not really internal for a non-Mahatma, because sooner or later she will tell someone that, when the children go up, say one of the children doesn't listen to her, will say, do you know, I have remained hungry so that you can go to college. You see, now it becomes, visible. Yeah.
Thank you. I will translate. Lo que le pregunté es si, aunque yo me guardara en secreto que de verdad tenía hambre y comía poquito y compartía el resto con mis hijos, si eso también es externo, es tap externo. Y en realidad dice que no, que para un Mahatma sí es interno, pero para alguien que no sea Mahatma no, porque en algún momento se lo va a hacer notar. Un día que no lo escuche el hijo, un día que se haga el rebelde, le va a decir, hey, yo me quedé con hambre para que vos puedas ir a la universidad. Como que en algún momento va a saltar. Thank you, Shuddha.
Yeah, so you're right. I mean, the internal tap can also happen. That's what the people on the step-by-step Kramic path do. They, if they're one of the disciples, say he has 8 disciples, if one of the disciple does something very bad, while going for begging for food, then for 1 day or 2 days, he himself will not eat his meals, you see. And so, or Mahatma Gandhi, he would not eat. He would not eat for days because, people were fighting, in India. The Muslims were fighting with Hindus. He says, oh, I'm going in a fast, right? Now, it is with I am Gandhi and I'm doing it, or which is I'm the spiritual master so-and-so, and I'm going to do it with my ego. So it can be done with ego too, you see, with ego too, this fasting, but it is visible. With ego, tap is visible, you see. It is mostly visible, I would say, not always visible. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Por ejemplo, hay un maestro que tiene 8 discípulos y uno de ellos hizo como algo indebido, entonces él deja de comer para como penitencia, pero eso es visible, no llega. Y da el ejemplo de Gandhi, ¿no? Él no peleaba, que hacía, no comía. Entonces decía, bueno, yo no voy a pelear, pero lo voy a hacer, yo soy el maestro espiritual y lo voy a lograr haciendo estos ayunos. Y eso es también un tap con ego, hecho con el ego, que es visible. Por ahí no para todo el mundo, pero es visible.
Yes, now the next heading, Agna Palanma Samayuta means, when you follow Agnas, automatically Tap is included in it. You see, that is a very major heading. It's a short heading, question and answers. You see, one question, and if there's a 5-line answer from Dada. Okay, here we go.
Este título es este encabezamiento, es cuando sigues las agnas, TAP está incluido.
And that is, and there, the question is asking, people outside are doing antar-tap, inner tap. People outside are doing inner penance. I mean, the questioner can ask anything he wants to. There may be errors in the question too. He used the word inner penance for people outside, but let's ignore that. He says people outside, everyone is doing inner tap outside, antar-tap. So what should we do, we Mahatmas? What should we do? And Dadashri says, we do not want to talk about the inner penance of the other people, you see. Antartap really means is always there for the one who follows the Agnas continuously. When you follow the Agna continuously, you are automatically in inner penance, you see. When you are settling a file with equanimity, you see, that is the biggest inner penance.
Yes. Le dicen a las personas afuera te están haciendo penitencia interna, y nosotros los Mahatmas, ¿cómo debemos de hacer? A lo cual Dadashri dice, nosotros los Mahatmas no hablamos de los otros, y siempre que sigas las agnas estás en tap, y resolver los archivos con ecuanimidad es la mayor penitencia interior, tape.
You see, we're so used to doing things in this world before our Gnanvidi happened, We're so used to doing things, and therefore, I know there is a sign here to lower hands, but anyway, we're so used to doing things in this world that, we say, oh, I have to settle the file with equanimity. I have to quote unquote do something about this file. No, the answer is no. We just described how tap happens. The tap happens this way, by seeing. You see, it's a seeing, red, that is. And so at that time, you, the one who is seeing, Amapura, who is seeing this, is in tap. You are in top, Say you get a major lawsuit against you for some reason in your business or whatever you do in life, somebody is suing you. Now, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it's out of your hands, you're being sued. And the court papers will keep on coming to you, and every time you look at it, you feel, either you can feel imprisoned, or you can say, here it is, this is how it is. You don't get, just see it. You don't complain to others, you don't try to get some comfort from your friends, etc. Just see the thing, just see.
Yes. Las personas dicen antes del Gnani, ¿no? Como que tratábamos de hacer cosas para limpiar, ¿no? Para resolver. Entonces decíamos, bueno, ahora decimos, bueno, tengo que resolver este archivo con ecuanimidad. Entonces, ¿cómo sucede? Y no es que tengo que resolver el archivo con ecuanimidad, es cómo sucede con Tapé, ver el rojo, 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 y tú, el que ve que eres el alma pura, está en Tapé. Entonces puede ser que, por ejemplo, ¿no? Pierdes dinero en tus negocios por una persona durante años y tratas te va a costar años salir adelante. Esa persona la sigues viendo y sigue viniendo, y tú lo ves, y lo ves como es, y no te quejas, y tampoco vas a buscar el confort de tus amigos.
This equanimity, is the greatest step. Equanimity is what will make you a vitarag. Equanimity will make you a vitarag. You see, equanimity will make you a vitarag. Equanimity will make you a god.
Yes. Ecuanimidad es el mayor tapé. Ecuanimidad te hará vitarag. Ecuanimidad te hará Dios.
Yeah, equanimity is the beginning of vitaragata. Equanimity is the beginning of the end. Equanimity is the beginning of the end, you see.
Ecuanimidad es el comienzo del fin.
Yeah. Equanimity is ours. That's part of our energy, independent of the evidences, independent of evidences. No evidence really has the energy to shake you, you say, to imbalance you.
Yes. La ecuanimidad es nuestra, es parte de nuestra energía y es independiente de las evidencias. Y en ecuanimidad no hay ninguna evidencia que pueda desbalancearte. Cuando estás en ecuanimidad no hay ninguna evidencia que te desbalancee.
It begins with small ups. Small opportunities of tap. Somebody says, loose, no good. You're not done right. You don't know how to do it. At that time, the intellect will say, what, me? I have been in Akram Vignan. I started Akram Vignan in Argentina. No, that's not needed. Small tap, penance. Small taps. It begins. That's how it begins.
Yes. Comencemos con pequeñas oportunidades de tape. Si alguien dice algo, dice, oh, esto me lo estás diciendo a mí, que yo comencé el Akram Vignan en Argentina. Aprovecha esa oportunidad, estos pequeños taps y comienza con eso.
You're expecting something to happen, you know, and it doesn't happen. The Gnani is coming so close, and yet he is not coming, crossing the border to come to us. You see, small top, no complaints. No, that's how it is. No, small top.
Yes. Tienes expectativas de que algo sucede y esto no está sucediendo todavía. Entonces no te quejes, haz pequeñas oportunidades de tap.
No complaints.
No te quejes.
This is what it is. That is the vision of the blissful one. The blissful one continues to see that which is, you see.
No te quejes, es lo que es y es la visión del ser dichoso, de poder ver qué es lo que es.
Yeah. That is who you and I are. That is our kingdom. That is our royalty. That is our energy, you see. The opportunities, and in that we do not want to miss these opportunities, you see.
Esto es lo que somos, este es nuestro reino y estas son las oportunidades. No perdamos ninguna oportunidad.
Okay, yes. No expectations of sympathy, no expectations of next time. There is really nothing called next time in this life, you see. Everything comes, everything comes in front of you. There is nothing called next. What comes in you that is what is in front of you is already there. There is nothing next. It's right there. That's it. You see? Next. No next. You know, there is no next time. It is just public talk, you know. Scientific circumstantial evidence determines all that.
Yes. No hay que tener expectativas de simpatías, no tener expectativas de próximo momento, porque todo viene, no hay próximos momentos, porque todo ya está allí. No hay próximo. Esto del próximo momento es una conversación de los seres humanos. En definitiva, todos son evidencias científicas circunstanciales.
There is no next life for the one who has entered the blissful self. What is next life? I have this life. This is life in front of me. And it will always be there in front of me. It will be what it is. You know, what is in front of me is life, and I am the knower of all that, see? I'm just know. And that's exactly where we are. We have landed there, my friends, you see.
No hay próxima vida para el que entró en el ser. Esto es vida, lo que está enfrente es la vida, ve la vida y tú eres el conocedor.
Does the Amapura have a next life? It's a concept of the intellect, is it not? Next life. Means somehow you're saying this life was not so good, so maybe next life.
Alma pura, ¿tiene próxima vida? It's eternal, pure soul.
Yeah, it's, and the eternal one continues to be the eternal one. The eternal one does not slip from becoming temporary, you see, into temporary. The eternal is eternal.
El eterno no pierde, el ser eterno no pierde tiempo en una próxima vida. El eterno
Can you visualize
es el eterno.
Can you visualize yourself wearing a diaper, or having parents who call you, oh, sweetheart, oh, you're a beautiful boy or a girl, whatever, yeah. Can you visualize yourself there? Yeah,
¿Puedes visualizar? Oh,
yeah.
continue.
Well, no, you see, I mean, look where you are. Are you going to go back to a diaper?
Puedes verte usando pañales y que te arropen y que te digan, ¡oh, qué lindo niño! ¿Realmente te puedes ver yendo de vuelta allí, a ese lugar?
It implies imperfection in this life. That kind of thinking implies imperfection in this life. It implies that, somehow it is not perfect here yet, you see? And really, the real imperfection is Kashai. You see, Kashai is the imperfection. Otherwise, it's a perfect, beautiful world out there for you,
Esto el querer otra vida, ¿no? Es como un pensamiento que implica imperfección, que lo imperfecto está ahí. Pero lo imperfecto es el kashai. Cuando los kashai no están, es un hermoso mundo que está esperando, que está allí para disfrutar.
Kashai free life is blissful life. It is living moksha. You are in moksha if there is no kashai, you see.
Cuando no hay kashai, estás viviendo en moksha.
The body does its thing. Body is hungry, it eats. The body is tired, it sleeps, you see. And you are the blissful one without any obstructions. That is all. See?
Cuando los kashais desaparecen sin kashai, ¿no? El cuerpo cuando tiene hambre come, el cuerpo cuando está cansado duerme, y tú eres el bendecido que fluye por esta vida sin obstrucciones.
Kashai is done actively in the last life, presents as opportunity for penance in this life. So that is the essential component left for us now. Is to heat up. Just allow Tapavu, let it hit. Let it heat. Let it heat. Let it heat. It is, you are not heating. You are not burning. And you are not burning anybody else. You are just letting it heat. You are letting it hit. That's it. It dissolves everything. It dissolves everything, clears it up. Just like when you want to purify gold, you know, you hit it up, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up. It becomes pure.
Los calláis de la vida pasada son la oportunidad de la penitencia interior en esta vida. Entonces, déjalo que calentar. Tú no eres el que se calienta y tú tampoco quemas a los demás. No te quemas tú y no quemas a nadie. Solo déjalo. Déjalo calentar y deja que se disuelva todo. Así como cuando quieres purificar el oro, lo tienes que calentar y calentar y calentar para poder purificar.
Rosie, yes.
Shuddha, quería compartir algo. El sábado pasado a Rosy le robaron y la revolcaron por el piso y se llevaron todo, plata, tarjeta, etcétera. Y me dio gracia porque cuando me levanté, lo primero que pensé era una descarga menos.
Gracias. Last Saturday, Rosie was robbed robaron, asaltada. They take all the money, all the credit cards, and threw her to the floor. And the first thing she thought when that happened is, well, there is a discharge of karma less.
Yeah, that's the first thing comes. This is the new knowledge, my dear.
Este es el nuevo conocimiento.
Yeah. At least we have our Rosie with us, you see. Our lovely Rosie is with us, you know. And nothing has happened to you. You have your knowledge. You are a blissful one of Dada. You see. And there is no energy that can, in this world, which can hurt you, you know. No energy of this world can hurt you. And, you know, you're fine. They can take away these things. But you were not injured, you see. And it'll be useful for them. They need it, you see. And you are free of your karma from last life, you see, effect. Rosie is free. You are already free, but Rosie is free from that effect, you see. Oh, that it had to happen. Yes, it's over. Some people get bare car accidents, some people break their leg. They have to spend 5-6 months, you know, back and forth to the doctor. None of that happened to you. It was an external thing.
Yes. Rosy está con nosotros, no te pasó nada, vos sos un ser bendecido por Dada, nada puede herirte, estás bien y sigues adelante. Y esto, por ahí, todo esto que se llevaron es útil para ellos y Rosy quedó libre de ese efecto, era algo que tenía que suceder. Y estás con nosotros y estás bien. Y hay personas que por eso rompen una pierna y tienen que ir durante 6 meses al médico para recuperarse, pero vos estás libre también de todas estas cosas externas.
Sí, totalmente. Y aparte esa noche comprobé cómo cuando las circunstancias se dan para que pueda suceder lo que tiene que suceder. Porque es una calle que vivo enfrente de un hospital y siempre hay muchísima gente, los vecinos. No había nadie. Todo estaba preparado como para que pase lo que tuvo que pasar.
Rosie says that the evidence are there. So it could happen when it happens. She lives in front of a hospital and there is a lot of people always, and that day there was nobody there, and it happens.
Yes.
Lo que antes hubiera visto como algo malo, me doy cuenta que ahora Rosy puede estar en observador y simplemente ver y comprobar cómo trabajan las evidencias.
To Rosie, this before it would be seen bad, but now she can see that it is how evidence are working.
Yes, the Gnan works for you, ma'am. You know, for the Gnan works for you. And if you look inside, you'd have seen that even when it was happening, you were in a different place inside. You know, as if you were watching a movie. You were not afraid. You just were in a totally different place inside.
Esto es, el Gnan trabaja para ti. Y si miras dentro, verás que cuando estaba sucediendo lo que estaba sucediendo, vos estabas en otro lugar diferente.
Sí, tal cual. Me acuerdo que cuando abrí los ojos después de haber caído, veía con unas plantitas que se movían en cámara lenta. Fue muy gracioso porque, no sé, si me hubiera pasado eso antes, hubiera estado desesperado, en pánico, y ahora era solamente observar y comprobar evidencia. Y, no sé, la verdad es que es maravilloso cómo actúa el Gnan.
Yes, that's the other thing. Even though this principle of the fault is of the sufferer, the one who suffers comes initially, there is really now in this knowledge as of who you are, there is no suffering of these things that happen to you and I or any one of us. It can happen. There is no real suffering, you see. We have risen inside so much. You, Rosie, have been through much, much more than what happened last week, you see. You know, so you can begin to see the big, broader picture, you see. You see much more now than you used to be able to see.
Yes. Shuddha dice, la falta es del que sufre, ¿no? Y en este conocimiento el sufrimiento no es real. Y a vos, Rosy, te han pasado muchas cosas más grandes que este robo. Entonces, cuando comienzas a ver en este conocimiento, ¿no? Cuando comienzas a ver, ves el cuadro cada vez mayor.
Yes. And, you know, I'm reminded of an actual event that happened many years ago, about between 93 to 95, sometime in there, 1995. We have a Mahatma friend, a couple, you know, who used to have a very small liquor store in America, very small liquor store. But it was the liquor store was not in a good area, you see, yeah. But that's the only one they could afford to start their business, you see.
Entre 1993 y 1995 había una pareja de Mahatmas que tenía una pequeña tienda de licor que no estaba en una buena área, pero ese era el dinero que tenían para comenzar su negocio.
And one evening, and the lady of the house, the woman, Mahatma, the husband was home. It was her duty to be in the shop. And she was there, and she saw two men entered the shop, and all of a sudden, one of them started pulling a gun, taking out a gun. And as soon as she saw the gun, she pressed a button underneath the counter, which is to turn on the alarm and inform the police, And in doing so, the man fired a bullet. He fired the gun, but instead of hitting her, the bullet hit the counter, where the counter, and it bounced back, It bounced back, and all of this noise, those guys ran away, and then they were caught by the police, those two people. But she says, it happened so fast, I was not at all afraid. I was in a different world. Nothing touched me. She was a Mahatma with our Satsang group, She says, how close did it come, How close did it come? Dada has said, my Mahatmas are not going to be affected, not going to be touched, And so this is an actual example. It's very similar to what our dear Rosie is speaking about, robbery.
Bueno, entonces esta mujer, Mahatma, que el marido se quedaba en la casa y a ella le tocaba estar en el negocio. Y estaba en el negocio y de repente vio dos hombres que estaban entrando y uno de ellos tenía un arma en la mano. Cuando ella vio el arma, inmediatamente tocó un botón de alarma para avisar a la policía. El hombre con el arma lo vio y le disparó a ella. Pero ¿qué pasó? La bala pegó en la caja y rebotó. Y con tanto ruido que se produjo, huyeron los dos hombres y después fueron atrapados por la policía. Pero lo que le pasó a ella es que no se sintió asustada en ningún momento, que lo que sintió era que cerca que estaba, ¿no? Qué cerca que pasó todo esto. Y Dada dice, a mis Mahatmas no serán tocados.
And also there is another thing, my dear, that you have to do, in other words, Rosie has to do whatever is necessary. This is part of the Agna. You can't say it's Vyavasthit. You have to, you have to inform the police what those people look like, you have to inform them, you can't say it's happened, it's Vyavasthit. No, you have to, you remember the Agna of Dada, so you lost your money on the road, you see a police station, you go in there and you tell them, this is what happened. They give the description, whatever you remember, Okay, that is part of the Agna.
Parte de las Agnas de Dada también es decir, que no puedes decir que esto es Yavasthit, porque tienes que ir a la policía, tienes que informar qué fue lo que sucedió, cómo eran las personas, y dar toda la información que recuerdes.
Okay. Shuddhatma Bhagwan, Rosie. All right. Or do you say, oh, it's over, he's not, let them take it. You don't, I don't know what Rosie does, but I'm just completing what Dada's instructions are, okay?
Rosy dice que está bien, así que no va a hacer ninguna denuncia, pero
No,
Shuddha dice...
lo hice, pero por el tema de las tarjetas nada más.
Bueno, de todas maneras, son las instrucciones de Dada, lo que él está diciendo.
Yeah, some people live in such areas that they say, if you inform the police, we will do it again. I mean, life is very, this kind of, there's no way in which, so you have to kind of live according to the area that you live in, If you're in very bad territory, which I'm sure you're not, where there are a lot of negative people, you have to act accordingly.
Todo depende del área donde vivas, tienes que acomodarte de acuerdo al área que vivas, ¿no?
Okay, Shuddhatma Bhagwan, I have taken extra time for all of you. Until we meet again. Huh?
Never enough. Jai Satchitana, thank you, Shuddha.
Yeah, Jai
Gracias, Shuddha.
Jai
Gracias, Padre.
Jai
Jai
Satchitana.
Satchitana.
Thank you, Fabi and everyone. Huh? Jai Satchitana. Huh? Thank you, Marcella.
Jai Satchitana.
Jai Satchitana. Jai Satchitana.